All right, we're hot. We're gonna do some talking. We're gonna black out this white canvas with black acrylic. And we're gonna keep on sharing what we're learning on our journeys because it's very important. And we do that by opening ourselves up, opening our hearts, and loving who we truly are and who we're truly becoming. And sometimes it's painful. Sometimes you have to walk away from people that you love and that you care about. And I know I've said this in other videos, but you know, it hits with me today. We have these bittersweet moments in life, and part of this human experience, I think, is feeling that pain and allowing that pain and letting it teach you, letting it move you where you truly need to be, your higher self, the highest version of yourself. You know, I'm starting to grasp the whole idea of the law of attraction and the law of assumption, and believing is the seeing, and co-creating this life with the universe. But what I also notice, if I'm closed off, that I'm not allowing these parts of this plan, this grand plan, to come together. You know, Abraham Hicks talks a lot about, you know, the life of ease. And what she's talking about is just literally just be. Release everything in your body. Release all the tension. I'm a firm believer on meditations. You know, the only way out of this craziness in the collective is from inside ourselves out. We're not going to have world peace until we have peace in our own world. I have peace today in my life, in my being. And I can't control anything outside of me. I'm not going to try to. I'm not going to put my energy there. And that's okay. So is paint on the floor. You know, it's taken me what it's taken me to do what I'm doing right now and believe in what I'm doing and sharing the true light being that I am and letting that shine and not feeling bad, not feeling guilty, or, you know, because other people around me aren't happy. That's when you have to choose yourself. That's what I've done. That's what I've had to do. And to find, or more like to allow, that fulfillment within me, that sense of love, the sense of belonging and security. The only way I could ever find that is within me, because it certainly wasn't on the outside of me. You know, and I hear a lot about, you know, the end of the world. Well, it's the end of the old ways that were built on fears. It's time for new. You know, we all have this magical light within us. Actually, it's called Christ light. And, you know, I'm not going to preach religion. I'm just speaking for myself that I have a spiritual connection with the divine, whatever I choose to call that. And I open myself to a deeper understanding of different points of view when it comes to higher powers, or, you know, the universe or God or whatever we call it. But what I do know, and I'm finding, and I think I said it before, maybe I haven't, is that light is within us. And when we allow ourselves to love ourselves and truly start to take care of ourselves and nurture ourselves, nurture these wounds that we've carried with us our whole life, that are from probably 0 to 7 years old. You know, we're a product of our environment by default. Then we're tossed into we're tossed into the school system. It's just going box to box to box to box. And this is not a one-size-fits-all life. It's just not. Nobody can see your dream but you. Nobody can understand how you feel but you. I chase that good feeling with external vices. And I don't even need to identify what those were. I was putting my energy outside of me. I was putting my happiness in the hands of other people and places and things. And when I could no longer control that, well, yeah, I kept beating myself up more and more and more and more and more, till I finally said that's enough. And and that's when my higher self stepped in, and that's when God stepped in, whatever. And I intuitively reached for a guitar when I quit drinking, and that brought me to this painting here today, some 9.5 years later, with some craziness that I'd been through. With the concussion that I received from the universe. Because that's where my alignment was at that time in my life. So that was almost 6 years ago. That spun me for a loop or 6. But the greatest thing about it is it unlocked the trauma within my brain. And as I started to heal and continue to heal from that, I started having all these songs come to me, and I started writing all these words down and formulating songs and learning how to play them on guitar and how to strum them and create them and shape them. And what these songs taught me was that I literally physically wrote everything down and I released it. So I don't carry it around anymore. It took me a while to see that because I was used to seeing things differently. And so as we go within ourselves, and begin to start right where we're at. And just know right now, this moment is a blank canvas. And things will come up that will trigger you. That's the work. That's the work we need to be doing. Why is that triggering you? Because something is ingrained in you, a paradigm, as Bob Proctor would call it. Or Dr. Joe Dispenza would be talking about like the pattern in the brain, nerves that fire together, wire together, fire together, however he says it. The point is that we can heal these memories, we can, in these circumstances and events and things that we've been through, the trauma. We have to let that go. 1, it doesn't exist. 2, if you look at it, if you allow yourself to look at it like it happened to you for a reason to be here today, gratitude. Let the pain go. We don't have to carry the pain. We don't have to suffer anymore. And this stuff is a practice. It's a practice that I've been very slow train up the hill with this, but it's all starting to come together for me. And the biggest key, the biggest thing that I've learned is really truly loving yourself, just appreciating yourself, being the love that you want on the outside. And when we are that, we raise our vibration up and we're just flowing. We're in the flow of life. We're in the flow of energy, which is love. It's a frequency. Things they magically just start to come together. And I know I'm not the only one that talks about this stuff. I studied this stuff a lot, especially the last, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 years. And it's all led me to today. And it's allowed me to heal. It's allowed me to see myself Proctor would say, our self-perception is everything. It doesn't seem like it, but it is really, we are the key to our own beautiful, abundant life, happy life. And like I said, sometimes we have to walk away from people, places, and things. That's just the way it is, and that's our divine path. And we can't sit here stuck on that and hold on to that. And we can grieve and we can let go. And I recommend forgetting, because it's gone. Create space. That's what it's all about. Create the space for the new life that you want to create. That goes for your physical environment. And a buddy of mine told me that quite a long time ago. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But it's absolutely true, because my house was the state of my mind. And it's a little cluttery right now, but that's all right. I'm in creative flow mode. But to stay in it like this, I finally switched that. I'm like, I don't deserve to treat myself like this. So I did some repainting. I'm continuing to paint and create a new space, new energy, new life, inviting, the abundance of the universe in. I was given this gift, so all these gifts. It's taken me a while really to come back out of my shell that I've been in for quite some time.